And now finally, let's find out what's happening latest in the Jet Airways saga. Well, the crisis of the airline today carried out actually silent protest in Mumbai's Azad Maidan. Employees were demanding revival of crisis-hit airline. Over 20,000 employees of the erstwhile premium Jet Airways, they have been rendered jobless as a result of continuous losses and over $1 billion of accumulated debt.
It's been almost a fortnight since one of India's most popular airline, the Jet Airways, shut shop last month. Now, not only has it stopped its flight operations, but it has also rendered 22,000 employees unemployed with families whom they have to feed. Now, we're joined in a silent protest by employees in Mumbai. Vion has been giving you consistent updates from Ground Zero. Mumbai is the city where Jet Airways is headquartered.
Make in India, we would like that Make in India company to sustain. We have not shut shop. Till today, it's not shut shop. You see all of us standing here? It is not shut shop. We are still wanting our airline to start flying.
This is the time from the government to intervene, and the salary should be given back because savings are over. People have, EMIs to be given, and the EMIs are not getting fulfilled, and they have to, sell off the property or whatever they have got it. So it is a very bad situation people are in.
Mostly, even 50% of what we've been getting now is what other airlines are offering us, and it's a very blank statement, but we are on sale right now. According to them, we are on sale. So we are hot package. You either buy us or you don't buy us. It's that way right now. So we are open in the market. They know they have the expertise. They know they have the experience. We have the experience. We have the expertise. They have taken our aircrafts. They've got everything that they have. All that they don't have is skilled labor. And here we stand with skilled labor. But unfortunately, few of them, due to certain constraints of financial, have to bow down to them and probably get on to even half of what we've been getting here, which is really difficult to even meet ends. So it gets really, really difficult.
And we're now joined by Pragya Jha. She's been top of that story following that from the day one. Pragya, very good evening to you. First of all, you were there at the Ground Zero today. How bad is the situation? Is the game over for Jet Airways finally?
Sumit, though in principle the game could really be over for Jet, as we've seen that there is no hope really so far, at least talking about it so far. Companies we discussed yesterday, multinational companies, we're talking about the big business houses, conglomerates in Mumbai. We know through internal sources that the Jet's top management had been to these conglomerates, inviting their interest in bidding process and finally taking investments from them to let Jet take its first flight post, being shut since April of 17. But we do know that so far there is no development on this, and this has definitely reached also the employees, the staff of Jet, who have been waiting since long months, that is since over 3 months they've not received their salaries, and hence today they carried out a silent protest march in Mumbai's iconic Azad Maidan to bring out their demands and to request the government to intervene so that their favorite, their most choicest airline 9W, to which they have given several years of their life, be flying high in the sky again.
Well, Jet, Pragya, according to some reports, the bidders are not serious. There's no serious bidding so far for Jet Airways. What are you gathering from your sources on the bidding process? Because that's the last resort, or maybe we can say that that's the last lifeline if there is anything left to Jet Airways. So what are you hearing on the bidding process now?
Sumit, barely a week to go before the deadline of May 10th is coming here, and it's finally met. And we've seen that so far, the kind of interest that was expected, now that the deadline of the bidding date was extended to 10th of May, the kind of interest that the top management would have expected has not come. So in this case, in fact, the wait and watch game is still on for Jet Airways. The top management has in fact been requesting SBI and the co-lenders to help them with immediate funds, or to in fact go with them and pitch to the conglomerates. But so far that hasn't really taken the kind of shape they wanted to, and so the bidding process is not seeing fruition so far.
But what is worrying the bidders, the potential bidders? Because what is positive for Jet Airways is definitely its brand, the trained employees, 20,000 of them, and a lot of slots and planes still left with them. Even if they want to fly a truncated schedule, they can do that. So what is the biggest trouble as far as the Jet Airways and its books are concerned?
Sumit, one of the recent developments that we had seen from here is that Jet's empty slots were given to rival airlines. Now that is one thing that has really lowered the value proposition for Jet, and investors have in fact been thinking that if slots could be given away and the aviation sector can work without Jet Airways, with so many competitor airlines giving competitive prices also to travelers, then really the need to revive an airline which is already dying. Now that kind of question is really in the mind of investors, and they're thinking that if at all, now that the government has also gone on to whether temporarily give away the slots to rival airlines, will something still be left in it for Jet Airways or left in it for them to revive, is the major question that they have been thinking or they have been doing since due diligence, but of course not taking the step forward in positive towards Jet Airways or becoming investors there. So we finally wait for the 10th of May to see how things pan out, even at the last lap, and if at all if somebody is hopeful in this entire situation, is definitely the employees who do not want to call this entire scene as hopeless or the entire crisis as like no light in the end of the tunnel. They are hopeful that several layers that they have put in into this company, it will definitely see things go out for the positive, because we must remember that on 1st of May employee-led associations had also met SBI Caps, and they had in fact offered that they will also become one of the investors, the employee investors group, and they're ready to bring about outside investors, external investors, and bring about 3,000 rupees to immediately disburse so that employees can be paid salaries and economical crunch that they're going through can be for now somewhat relaxed.
Thank you, Pragya, for getting us all these details and joining us for that story.